Before starting today's topic, that is projectile motion, we all know about the straight line motion or one-dimensional motion. That is, only one coordinate changes in this type of motion, either x coordinate or y coordinate. And we know all the things about this motion, that is velocity of the object, acceleration of the object, and the time taken by the object, etc. So we had already studied about this motion. But now if we throw the object in a manner shown in the figure below, then we can say that this type of motion is not a straight line motion. And here two coordinates of motion are changing. One is x coordinate and other one is y coordinate. So two coordinates are changing in both the motions, x and y coordinates. So this type of motion is called motion in a plane. So we call it motion in a plane. And these two specific figures represents a motion called projectile motion. Projectile motion. So after throwing the object here, gravity becomes effective, and if we throw this object with velocity u in this direction, okay, then after some time gravity effective, and the path of the projectile becomes like this. Here also the path of the object is due to gravity. So that is called horizontal projectile motion, this motion, and it is thrown at some angle theta, so it is called angular projectile motion. So this type of motion is the combination of two independent motions, that is uniform motion along x direction where no force is acting, so acceleration is zero and velocity remains constant. So x direction motion is uniform motion, while the vertical direction motion is uniformly accelerated motion due to the force of gravity. So here gravity is acting, so it is the combination of two independent motions. We see many examples of these types of motion in our daily life, such as an object thrown at an angle theta with the horizontal, then it falls like this, or a bullet fired from the gun, that also falls like this, a bomb released from an aeroplane, similarly a javelin thrown also falls like this. So these are some of the examples of this projectile motion, and we will study the terms related to this motion in detail in this lesson. So first we will prove the path of the projectile. So we take path of projectile. It is also called trajectory of projectile. So we see already that path of the projectile is a parabola. We will prove this situation. So we take two axes x and y, then we throw the object with velocity u in this direction, and then it falls like this. So we will take the components of this velocity in two independent directions. In x direction, initial velocity of the object is u cos theta. Similarly, in y direction, initial velocity uy is equal to u sin theta. This angle is theta. So since x direction motion is uniform, so final velocity in x direction is always equal to initial velocity, that is u cos theta, no change, while in y direction final velocity keeps on changing. It becomes zero at highest point and also becomes maximum at a particular instant. Similarly, x direction acceleration is zero because no force is acting in this direction, while in y direction acceleration can be written as equal to minus g when the object is moving upwards, and then plus g when object is moving downwards. So these are the velocities. Ux and uy are shown here. So to calculate the equation of path of projectile, we use second equation of motion. So second equation of motion in either directions. So first we use second equation in x direction. So we can write it s equal to ut plus half at square. So we can write x equal to uxt plus half ax t square. Now when we place the value, then we can write sx equal to x, ux equal to u cos theta into t, and plus ax is 0, so this term becomes equal to 0. So from this equation we calculate the value of t, that is x upon u cos theta. So this is our equation number 1. Now in another direction we apply second equation of motion, second equation in y direction. So we can write it sy equal to uyt plus half ay t square. Now placing the values, we can write y equal to u sin theta into t, uy is equal to u sin theta minus half gt square. So this is our second equation of motion in y direction. Now putting the value of t from equation 1, we can write that y equal to u sin theta, that is u sin theta into t minus half g t square, that is x square upon u square cos square theta. Here we can also place the value of t, that is x upon u cos theta, and this is minus sign, so x upon u cos theta. U sin theta into t x upon u cos theta. So this is our equation. So we can write u cancel, so x tan theta minus half g x square upon u square cos square theta, u square cos square theta. So by comparing, we can say that tan theta is constant. Similarly 1 by 2 g upon u square cos square theta is also a constant. So we can write it ax plus bx square. So that is the equation of a parabola. Equation of a parabola. So we can say that path of this projectile is a parabola, y equal to ax plus bx square. So in this way we can prove the equation of path of this projectile. Now other things we can also calculate, that is time of flight. Time of flight. Time of flight means the time taken by the projectile to reach to ground. So we can represent it by capital T. So this capital T can also be written as equal to the sum of time of ascent plus time of descent. Time of descent. So we can write it small t plus small t. Both are equal because object takes the same time in going upwards and coming downwards. So small t or time of ascent can be written as t by 2, half of total time of flight. So by using first equation of motion, first equation in y direction, at highest point we are applying the equation at highest point, where velocity of the particle in y direction becomes 0, that is vy is equal to 0, uy initial velocity in y direction, that is equal to u sin theta, and time taken to reach to highest point is t by 2. So putting these equations in first equation of motion, vy equal to uy plus ay into t, we can say that vy becomes equal to 0, uy equal to u sin theta, and ay equals to minus g, acceleration along y direction, and that is equal to t by 2. So on solving we get t equal to 2u sin theta upon g. So that is the equation of time of flight. So time of flight depends upon initial velocity and angle of projection of the object. So that is the formula of time of flight. Similarly, we can also calculate maximum height attained by the object. So maximum height attained by the projectile. So if we take this figure and this type of motion we are considering, so this is the highest point where velocity becomes 0. So distance traveled in along y direction, that is called height. So we apply second equation of motion in y direction. So to calculate height, we apply second equation of motion in y direction. So that is Sy equal to uyt plus half ayt square. That is our second equation of motion. Now we place the value Sy equal to h, we take it height h, uy is equal to u sin theta, ay equal to minus g, and time taken is equal to t equal to u sin theta upon g. That is half of total time of flight. Small t is equal to t by 2. So by placing these values, we get Sy equal to h, uy u sin theta, and t is equal to u sin theta upon g, minus half gt square. So g u square sin square theta divided by g square. So cancelling this g, and we get that h equals to u square sin square theta upon g minus half u square sin square theta by g. So on solving, we get u square sin square theta upon 2g. So that is the formula of height attained by the projectile, where h depends upon, h is a function of initial velocity u, and h is a function of theta. So that is the formula of height of the projectile. Maximum height will be at theta equal to 90, where sin 90 becomes 1 and h maximum becomes equal to u square by 2g. So that is the formula of maximum height when object is thrown vertically upwards. So that is the formula of height of the projectile. Now we can also calculate horizontal range. So our fourth topic is horizontal range. So the distance traveled by the object along x direction or horizontal direction is called its range. So this is x direction and object falls like this. So this distance is called range. That is over y axis. So we have to calculate distance traveled along x direction. For this we can apply second equation of motion in x direction. So second equation of motion in x direction. Sx equal to uxt plus half ax t square. So Sx can be written equal to r range, ux equal to initial velocity in x direction, that is u cos theta, and ax equal to 0, and time is equal to time of flight, that is 2u sin theta upon g. Because to cover the range, it takes total time of flight. So putting these values in equation 1, we can write equation 1 becomes r equal to u cos theta into t, that is equal to 2u sin theta upon g plus 0, because acceleration is 0 everywhere. So the next term becomes equal to 0. So r can be written as 2u square sin theta cos theta upon g, or we can write u square sin 2 theta upon g. So that is the equation of range. And if theta is 45, sine 45 equals to 1 by 2, sine 90 equals to 1. So range will be maximum, and we can write maximum range equal to u square by z. So range will be maximum when theta equal to 45 degree, because when theta is 45, then 2 theta becomes equal to 90 and sin 90 becomes equal to 1. So maximum range can be calculated by this formula. So this represents the formula of range of the projectile. Similarly, we can also calculate velocity of projectile at any time. So velocity of projectile at any time. So this is our projectile and this falls like this. So at this point there are two components of velocity. X component can be written as equal to Vx, and y component is written equal to Vy, and this is its final velocity V. So this velocity V can be written equal to root of Vx square plus Vy square, total velocity, plus 2Vx Vy cos 90 equal to 0. Here Vx equal to Ux, because velocity is not changing in x direction, that was equal to u cos theta. While in y direction we can calculate velocity by using first equation of motion, that is uy plus ay into t. So that is equal to u sin theta and minus gt. So that is y component of velocity, final velocity. So at any instant t, the total velocity v can be written equal to u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta plus g square t square minus 2 u gt sin theta. So that is the formula, and by on solving we get v equal to root of u square, as cos square theta plus sin square theta becomes equal to 1. So g square t square minus 2u gt and sin theta. So by this formula we can calculate velocity of the projectile at any instant. So these are some of the formulas and things related to projectile motion, and we can solve many more problems using these formulas.